Look at this. I want you to look closely at this image. It is not a special effect or a camera trick. What you are seeing is a mass of fine white roots literally hugging a buried clay pot. When I dug this up for the first time, I swear I stood there paralyzed. Because down there, beneath the earth, where we see nothing, a silent battle for survival was taking place. And my plants were finally winning. Forget everything you have been told about watering. Forget the automatic sprinklers that break the hoses. That kink. And above all, forget that back pain from standing under the sun, pouring water that half the time does not even reach where it needs to go. I will be honest with you. I am a lazy gardener, or rather, I like to think I am efficient. I like going on vacation without feeling guilty, thinking I am going to come back to a graveyard of dry plants. And for a long time, that was exactly what happened. I fought against the dry earth, watched the water evaporate or run off pointlessly, and I felt frustrated because we spend such a valuable resource like water, and in exchange, we get stressed plants and high bills. But what if I told you that the solution to this headache is not buying the latest $1,000 gadget, but looking back, way back in time? A few years ago, I discovered something that changed my life, and I am not exaggerating. I am talking about a technology that is more than 4,000 years old, a technique used in China, in North Africa, and even in ancient Rome to grow food. In places where water was worth more than gold, they did not have electricity or water pumps. They had something better. They had ingenuity and pure observation. When I heard about this for the first time, I thought it was a joke, or one of those hippie trends that are useless. How is a simple clay vessel going to irrigate better than my state-of-the-art drip system? The answer is humiliating in its simplicity and effectiveness. It turns out we have been doing things backwards for decades. We water the surface when the roots are down below. We feed the weeds unintentionally, and we waste up to half the water we use. But these ancient farmers understood something we forgot, that nature seeks balance. Today, we're going to unearth that wisdom. We're going to talk about terracotta pots. Yes, those cheap pots you surely have lying around in some corner of the garage gathering dust. Get ready, because that humble object is actually the most sophisticated irrigation machine in existence, capable of eliminating 90% of your work and saving you up to 70% of water. And I am not selling you a pipe dream. This is pure physics. It is a philosophy of life that says sometimes to move forward, you have to stop complicating your life and go back to basics. Stay there, because what you are going to learn today will not only save your tomatoes, it will change the way you understand the soil forever. Okay, let us get a little technical, but without getting bored, because understanding how this works is what is going to blow your mind. The magic is not in the shape of the pot. It is in the material. The secret is porosity. A clay or terracotta pot that is unglazed, meaning it does not shine and is rough to the touch, is full of millions of micropores that you do not see with the naked eye, but are the key to everything. When you bury that pot full of water and surround it with dry earth, a fascinating molecular dance begins. The earth is thirsty, and that thirst creates a physical suction force. The dry soil literally pulls the water through the walls of the pot. It is as if the earth were sipping exactly what it needs. And here comes what no computer can match: self-regulation. If it rains, or if you have already watered, the earth is moist, and the suction stops, the pot stops sweating water. It is brilliant. The plant drinks, the earth dries, the pot releases water again. It is a perfect demand system, without sensors or batteries that run out. Now, I know what you are thinking. That sounds great, but how do I do it? You do not need to be a DIY expert for this. In fact, it is ridiculously easy. The first thing is to get the right pot. And I repeat this because it is where everyone fails. it has to be unglazed clay. If you pour water in it and the wall does not get dark, it is useless. Size matters. If you are going to plant lettuce, a small 1-liter pot is fine. But if you are going for the heavyweights like tomatoes or pumpkins, look for something like 3 or 5 liters. Now, most pots have a hole in the bottom for drainage, right? Well, our first job is to plug it, and we do not need to be fancy here. A cork from a wine bottle, a piece of tile glued with outdoor silicone, or even a well-flattened piece of gum if you are desperate. I have done it, and it works. The goal is for it to be watertight, and if you have trees or very large plants and cannot find a giant pot, here is an old pro trick. Buy 2 identical pots. Plug the hole of one, put a generous line of silicone on the rim, and glue the other one on top. Rim to rim, you have just made a large capacity underground water tank for very little money. Installation is child's play. You dig a hole next to where you are going to plant or in the middle of your plants if they are already there. Be careful with the roots, but do not stress if you break a few. They will recover quickly upon sensing the water. You put the pot in and make sure the earth embraces it well, compacting it a little with your hands. The neck of the pot should stick out a bit so dirt does not get in, and this is vital. Fill it with water and put a lid on it. Always. A flat stone, an old plate, whatever. If you do not cover it, the water evaporates, and worse, it becomes a hotel for mosquitoes. And believe me, you do not want to breed mosquitoes in your garden. The first time you fill it, you will see the water level drop fast. Do not panic. It is the surrounding earth drinking anxiously. In a few days, the system stabilizes and the true efficiency begins. Now let us talk about real results. Because theory is fine, but I want tomatoes that taste like tomatoes. And I want to have a life beyond the garden. What happens when you use this system for a full season? Wonderful things happen. First, you forget about cracks in tomatoes. You know what I am talking about. Those beautiful tomatoes that suddenly split open as if they exploded. That happens because of irregular watering with the pot. The humidity is constant and the tomato grows happy and uniform with perfect skin. Peppers and chilies, which are delicate with fungus on the stem, love this because the water goes straight to the roots and the stem stays dry, preventing diseases. And pumpkins, with those giant leaves that always look sad at noon, with this system, they have a continuous supply and do not stop producing. But there is something else, weeds. Since you do not water the surface, the top of the soil stays dry, so weed seeds do not germinate. Less competition for your plants and much less weeding work for you. Combine this with a good mulch, straw, or dry leaves covering the soil, and you have the ultimate formula for success. Bill Mollison, the father of permaculture, said, "This is the best irrigation system in the world." And he was not wrong. You save water. You create living soil full of earthworms because the humidity is perfect for them. And you develop plants with deep, strong roots that resist wind and drought better than any other. But for me, the biggest benefit is not agronomic. It is personal. It is freedom, the peace of mind, of going away for a weekend in the middle of July and knowing my plants are fine. It is stopping being a slave to the hose and having time to sit and enjoy my garden, which is why I have it. This is not just gardening. It is reclaiming common sense. It is working with nature and not against it. So I challenge you to try it. Do not believe me. Believe the 4,000 years of history that back us up. Look for a pot, plug the hole, bury it, and watch the magic. If curiosity has bitten you and you want to stop wasting water and time, do me a favor. Hit the like button on this content so more people wake up. And subscribe because we have many more ancient secrets to unearth together. Tell me in the comments if you dare to try it or if you already knew about it. Let us build a greener and smarter future, drop by drop. Now go get out there and start your revolution in the garden.